Memorial University's Grenfell Campus in Corner Brook has a big housing shortage this year. Waitlist numbers are up for Canadian and international students. Now the school's administration is putting out a call to the community to consider renting rooms in their homes. Here Now's Colleen Connors has more on the housing problem.
Hadiza Bello is hearing from many students who cannot find a decent place to live in the West Coast city.
Well, it's been a mix of there being some prejudice with landlords not wanting to rent out to international students. I think there's some kind of pest problem. So some of them think international students are the ones that are bringing, I think cockroaches was what I heard. Yes. So they have fears of renting out to international students in that way. Some people think they're not clean. Some people have this notion that they're going to be cooking food from home and might make the property smell some kind of way.
She says pricing is another major factor. Rent is too expensive and going up every year. A one-bedroom apartment is usually $900 a month. For a two-bedroom, more like $1,500.
That's really not sustainable for us students that are trying to go to school, and then we also have to work, so it's just too much on our mental state.
The need for housing is worse than ever, with the wait list for on-campus housing up by about 25 students. The school hired a graduate student to help connect students with roommates and accommodations. It also put out a call to the community to open their doors.
I'm hoping that this may, like I say, sway someone who may not have considered renting to a student. Maybe they do have a room in their house that might not be suitable for a family, but might be suitable for a student who's just moving here to go to university for the first time.
Grenfell Campus has more master's and PhD students than ever before. Many are older students with families who cannot find proper accommodations. The student housing problem is a big topic across the country, with Canada's housing minister suggesting the government should consider placing a cap on international student permits. Figures show Canada hosted more than 800,000 last year. They make up 20% of the Grenfell student body. A cap would be very unfortunate. They don't want to go there.
That's my first response, is that international students are absolutely critical, core, foundational to who we are as a campus and who we are as a university. So we want to be encouraging more and supporting as much as possible every international student that comes.
To be honest, I'm very disappointed that they're restricting or not giving students their right to have an education because there's a problem with housing or accommodation. So I think the solution should be finding a problem or finding a solution to the housing issue and not limiting the amount of people that are coming over here to have a better life, to create a better future for themselves. So I don't think that's really the answer.
Vice President Ian Sutherland is dreaming big and wants to create a new student centre across from the campus and call it the Thrive Centre. It would solve the housing issue in Corner Brook for good.
To create a facility that is housing students, that is housing retirees, that's housing for people that are looking to downsize, like a multi-generational place, but one that is at core a place for student and university life.
But for this school year, all 600 beds on campus are accounted for. Grenfell Campus administration says that if students are really finding it very difficult to find any accommodations, they will first help them try to find something temporary for the meantime. If that doesn't work, they will consider virtual learning until they can find something and somewhere to live on campus or in the city. And as a complete last resort, they will consider deferring their studies. Colleen Connors, CBC News, Corner Brook.